Yeah, and just like that, I am back. Apologies, most importantly, for not hanging out with you guys last week. The only reason why I couldn't hang out with you guys was because I was actually overly consumed by the South African political landscape. And yeah, man, because on the 29th of May, we were all out there, I would like to assume, but I was out there in the cut and I did exercise my right to vote. I hope you can see the mark out there. I was voting and it was an honor. As a first time voter, it was really amazing. It was an amazing experience. I was really enthused. I was looking forward to it. And when I got there, wow, man, what a time, what a time. And 30 years of democracy. Of course, 2024 marks 30 years of democracy in South Africa since 1994. But Postman is, of course, not a political platform whatsoever. And we are back with another one. And as you may know, every day is a good day to get a delivery from the Postman. And I am the Postman. And of course, today is another review. And yeah, let's get into that. What if I told you that Loki is yet to release his debut album despite being around for quite some time now? To keep us at bay, he's obviously now released a brand new EP, or his first ever EP, rather, titled Free Agent, to mark his exit from Skanda World. Now, this is also a project that comes at the back of Rootle, the single that he did with Blackie. And if you don't mind, please kindly check out that review because I did review that single. And of course, this is a project that comprises of 7 throwaway tracks as well as a runtime of around 16 minutes. The unflattering production on Baggies consists of a concrete sample that is recurring that brings forth this pretty much dark tint that we hear throughout the project. Simply put, the song Baddies in itself is about this very independent woman who's just all about getting her bread up, doesn't rely pretty much on men. Loki himself emphasizes that this song isn't for the baddies, despite the title of the song being Baddies. The Scave skit was not necessary, to be quite honest. It just felt like it was just one of those theatrical moments that he just wanted to have during the course of this. Listen, I feel like you don't even miss out on anything even if you skip this song or this skit rather. But I can also say that the song that is playing at the back of the skit sounds like the song as Antwana that comes on. And this is a song that has thick 808s, but also most importantly, the song itself as Antwana was him just providing perspective on where he grew up. And he's also telling us about how he grew up with also absolutely nothing. More than anything, there were certain moments in the song where he was sounding inaudible and very much uninterested in what he was doing. Similarly, he does the same thing on the song Trap Star, where he channeled Beyonce's diva. I'm a diva. Na diva is a bitch, never hustler. Yeah, that type of bag. He channeled that kind of bag. But I must admit, it was very hard to derive any context from that song whatsoever. Funny enough, the song X-Men is pretty much self-explanatory. This is a song about his ex-friends, old friends, niggas that he's no longer cool with. He actually addresses them and he makes it clear that, hey, Agasafuni next in terms of these people doesn't want anything to do with these people anymore. Agasabafuni, they can just go to hell. And he also tapped into a very insane bag when he said, I love you like brothers. I sacrifice more for you niggas than others. Shout out to your mother. Tell her we good, but we no longer brothers. You see that bag was insane because it's like, yeah, it's like, I love you like brothers and that really no brothers. Meanwhile, the song is pretty much the best moment on this song. Like, you know, this project is very boring. Like, this project is the most boring project I've ever heard in my life. And during the course of this review, I'm trying to sound lively, but the project in itself is dead. But like I said, is the best song on this project, the best moment by far. It just sparks up something. After threading the entire lesson, he closes it off with the song Emoyeni. Singa semoyeni moyeni. Yeah, this is a very amateurish display, if I'm being honest. Like, this is a song about bombs, yes, isinga, ibunu, like bombs, dog, like, wow, wow. You know, and the only reason why I feel this way about those joints is that it's an amateurish display. It's just a poor display of their artistry. Everyone was involved here because, one, The first song for me was really powerful in the sense that it's about baddies. I mean, I had hoped that he was gonna rap, like really much, like pretty much rap, like pretty much cut in, but he didn't really do that. And then he closes it off with Emoyeni, and like all these niggas out here, they're also talking about bum in the air. Hey, my dog, like what? Why? Why? Like, it's very yuck. Why is the song even a song? I don't even understand. Like in the studio, they were like, boy, yeah, we are cooking. Why? I'll be honest. This is an underwhelming project. This is an underwhelming project. And definitely it does sound like a bunch of throwaway songs. You guys can actually tap into this and just hear it for yourself. If I'm lying, it's fine. But I mean, I feel like I'm never going to listen to this project ever again. And this is a poor display of Loki. I didn't expect him to do something like this. He doesn't even sound like someone who was under KO's wing, to be quite honest. That's how I feel. And for him to cook something like this, I don't even think this was cooked. It was just like put together and songs that he was just making whenever he was, trying to make music. But yeah, man, this is poor display. And I think if AKA could have Bovamania, this is his Bovamania. But how can you have your own Bovamania in the beginning of your independent career? It's quite mind-boggling. But you know what? Shout out to Loki himself. Definitely, this is amongst the worst projects I've ever heard in my life. Or in 2024. Yeah, 2024, it hasn't had bad projects, but this one up there. Definitely, I'd rated it number one. Yeah, Loki came through with the boring, questionable, low efforts and like Loki was just boring on this project. Eh? Like it was boring. This is a boring, questionable efforts. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, I won't bump this project ever again. I'm being honest. I don't think I'll bump this project ever again. I'll never bump this project ever again. It's a very forgettable project. And yeah, so sorry to Loki. This project gets a 2 out of 10 from me. Loki's free agent project gets a 2 out of 10 from me. Poor display. Post on the diary. Please kindly like, share, subscribe, comment. Do whatever is necessary to engage with the content. And most importantly, I will see you on the next one. Jumpers. Thank you. Now, the review comes to an end. I want to ask you guys a question. Now, the question is, do you think that it is fair for these guys to drop boring songs and boring music and then blame us for hating on their joints, whereas they're not even meeting us halfway? How do we solve this problem? Because right now, yeah, I actually get the agenda behind SA hip hop is dead, because niggas aren't really putting up, or they're not even pulling up their socks at this point. I'm not saying everyone, but how do we bridge that gap of trying to understand what you were trying to do with the project? Because niggas just storm out of nowhere and just release a project that sounds like this, and we're expected to listen.